Hello, this is Stephen in Wiltshire in England, and given the events of, well, since February, I felt that I should come live and talk about how we can help the people of the Ukraine. Now, the first step is that on BeLive, we've got a series of assets that we can actually use to tell the story, and all of them are in support of Ukraine and the Ukrainian people. Whichever side of the fence you sit on, and to my mind, there's only one side. Ukraine is a democratic nation. It has borders with Russia, and Russia has invaded Ukraine, and the people of Ukraine need our support. And it is an impossible time for the people who live there. I want to say hello to Corinda. And yeah, we should support Ukraine, Corinda. Exactly, I agree entirely, which is why I'm broadcasting. Within your studio, there are a series of assets which you can use to show your support of Ukraine. In addition to that, there is a link which I'm going to post now, and it will go to the page, and I'm going to put it on screen, take myself off full screen, and that should have posted a link to the page which is top right. Okay, and I'm hoping that this has actually worked. Right, okay, this is by way of being a practice run, really. What I'm saying is that we have the facility within BeLive to actually make a difference. And first of those, if I go there, and I'm going to take off the overlay, is that the first step in support. I'm going to apply that and apply this. Okay, first thing you can do is just display the logo in your studio. It's top right hand corner, and it simply shows support for the Ukrainian people. The next thing you can do is to actually promote a website, and this is the website. Okay, and it's Help Ukraine Win. And just to read from that, on February 24th, 2022, Russia started a massive invasion of Ukraine, a European democracy of 44 million people. We are members of the Ukraine tech community who have come together to help our country in time of need. We're fundraising to provide essential supplies to Ukrainian people who fight against Russian aggression. Please donate. Now, there is the ability to actually make donations, 25 euros, 100 euros, 1,000 euros, or an amount that you choose yourself. And then there are places that you can help. Now, this is supported by Ukrainian companies, and just the involvement in BeLive is simple and straightforward. The engineering department of BeLive is based in Kyiv in the Ukraine. And that's why BeLive is leading an effort to actually help the people of Ukraine and protect the people who work, the team at BeLive. Now, you can make donations to the tech community, and they will send the donations out, or you can donate to the UA Army, humanitarian assistance. You can donate crypto as well. Ukrainian civil defense, donate to the Ukraine. And those are the donation side of things, but there are more ways to help. You can help Ukrainian refugees abroad. I'm just going to click that link and see where it takes us. Yeah. And if you can host Ukrainian refugees, then you can fill in that form. Okay. You can follow the Ukraine newsfeed on Telegram, and that opened in a new window, so I can't show you that. You can follow, again, these are techies and they've got it all right. You can follow the account on Instagram, and Swidomi is the account on Instagram. But the other thing you can do, and I'm going to do this straight away, is you can share this page on Facebook, you can share it on Twitter. So I'm going to share this page on Twitter. I'm going over to Twitter, and basically this is about raising awareness of the situation in the Ukraine. It's all about raising awareness of the situation in Ukraine. So my tweet is coming through, hopefully in a second. I'm going to close 1 or 2 tabs down. Okay. And it says everyone should support Ukraine now. Here's how to do so. And that has shared the page. So I've just shared the page out on Twitter. You could equally well share the page out on Facebook. I'm just going to shrink myself for a moment so you can see what I'm actually talking about. Okay. So you can share the page on Twitter, you can share it on LinkedIn, you can share it on Facebook. Simple click and post. You can send humanitarian aid to a destinator warehouse. So this is one central page where you can send donations and help promote awareness of the situation. You can also, when you're live broadcasting, I'm going to switch the logo off and switch to the new design. Okay, and switch the logo off if I can. Okay, and replace it with that logo. Okay, or take the logo off entirely. I think this is the time to do something to raise awareness, to show support. Ukraine is an independent nation. It has been invaded by Russia, and it is in need of support, whether that be financial support or moral support or social media support. Social media support is easiest for us because we can share the page that I've just shown you on Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook. And the more people become aware of it, the more people can actually support the cause. And I mean, globally, we should be doing a lot more to help the people of Ukraine because, well, I'm not going to go political here. I'm just being humanitarian and saying that we do need, I'm just going to go here and hope that this will work. Okay, I'm going to hide that and go side by side. So do support Ukraine, and that should have posted through to the pages. I'm sorting out some technical things as well as I'm doing this. I will be doing more of these broadcasts just to raise awareness. But what I'm trying to do, and I'm going to change the layout again because I want this to work. This is one vital step, and it's got to be that one. Okay, let's go side by side. Okay, and I'm going to take that off screen. Okay, so I'm just doing a techie bit now, sorting things out. So let's bring that up. Wait a minute, I want to hide that. If you have any questions at all, then please do ask. I'm going to remove that. I just want this to work because I'm going live to a page, so this should work automatically if I bring this up on screen and share it side by side. Yeah, hopefully that link will come through in a moment onto the Facebook pages, and when I go onto YouTube later, it should go onto YouTube. But what we're trying to do is to actually raise awareness and garner support. And over to Chris. Good morning, Chris. I'm just talking about the situation in Ukraine and ways in which we can help. And one of those is by promoting the cause. And if I bring the page back up on screen and hide that, go picture in picture, there is a link that I'm trying to propagate at the moment, which is helpukrainewin.org. So I'm going to put that in there. So just a minute. There's more than one way to actually achieve our objective. So I'm going to say the website. Second, spell it will be good. Yeah. I'm setting up my Ukrainian studio, and so that's the link, helpukrainewin.org. And from there, you can tweet, you can post on Facebook, you can post on LinkedIn, and you can get the message out. And also you can donate either money or accommodation, or, well, let's just take a look and remind myself, or you can donate goods, and it shows you the designated warehouses to which you can actually send goods. So that's that. But I do want to get this bit working. I'm surprised that it's not. I'm going to do a private test later, I think. Okay, so that's the website that you can donate to, well, and take action. Okay, but if you are broadcasting on BeLive, then you can use overlays. That's the first overlay. That's the second overlay. Okay, and use these in your broadcast to just raise awareness. This is what it's all about. It's all about raising awareness and sharing this link. The more times we can actually share this link, the better, because the more people who know, the more people who can get involved, the more people who donate, the more people who spread the message of standing with the Ukraine, then we're actually doing something positive to help. I mean, on a practical basis, I know a friend of mine, Nick, is actually not that Nick. This is another Nick Tad. Is actually at the moment in Ukraine. He's driven all the way from England with a van chock full of aid, and he's driven through the day and night through Poland to actually get to Ukraine. And well, just blows my mind that an individual would actually just take it on themselves to actually do that. And I know he's got a support team behind him. Vanessa, his partner, is obviously helping as well, and there's a whole team, but Nick is the one who's actually driving the van across Europe through Poland to the Ukraine, and he is there now, and then he will be coming back, and then he'll be going again. So you're doing an amazing job, Nick. I do want to get this working though. Just give me a second. I'm going to try this 2 ways, because what I would like to be able to do, if I move that, okay, and I bring it up on screen, just a minute, okay, and there we go. I'm going to show on screen, and it should show next to me. Okay, I'm going to take the overlay off. I'm just waiting for this to actually go through to Facebook. Let's go side by side. Okay, so that's correct. I don't know what's going wrong. That's showing on screen. I'm going to hide that. Okay, and I'm going to change layout and say hello to Guy Cook. They're saying good idea, Stephen. Thank you. I mean, I can't imagine what it must be like to be in the Ukraine at the moment. I can't. And you feel that you want to do something, and I think actually talking about the situation and giving everyone ways to actually support is the least that can be done. And this is the website to go to. This is helpukrainewin.org. And if you go to that site, you'll find that you can donate if you wish to one of several recipients. And you can also push the message out on Twitter, Facebook, and on LinkedIn. And the more we do this, then the more awareness is raised and the more people actually supporting the Ukraine. Our governments are supporting the Ukraine in concrete ways. I mean, they're sending aid, they're sending arms, they're applying sanctions. Russia are applying sanctions on themselves. Our news organizations, the BBC, have actually had to pull their reporters out of Russia for fear that they would actually be arrested for actually not agreeing with the party line in Russia. Now, I'm not going to go into the pros and cons of it. Is wrong, though, that one country should, in this day and age, invade another for gain and to effectively punish innocent women and children and men. It is inhumane. It is potentially a war crime, because they're not just firing missiles at military targets or engaging in battle. What they're actually doing is they are firing on. Right. Thank you. Brilliant. Excellent, Guy. Excellent. And that's what it's all about. It's all about raising awareness. Yeah. Now there's the site that I'm giving you the link to, which Guy has just shared, which is this one. Yeah. You can help people, and you can help people by making donations. Yeah, because a million people have fled from the Ukraine with one suitcase. They've left their lives behind. They've left their homes behind. They've left all their belongings behind, and they've left the country. And they're hoping that one day they'll be able to go back. But for the moment, they only have the clothes that they're stood up in and a case. They need our support. They need our resources. They need everyday things. I know in devices there are, and I'll talk about these later in the week, in devices there are organizations are actually getting together and putting together goods to go out to Ukraine. And Bridgetti's saying hello. Hello, Brigetti. And over to, it is, I totally agree, Brigetti. And that's one of the reasons why I'm actually doing this broadcast today, to actually raise awareness and hope. I'm trying to get this link to post, but that's the link you can go to actually help. And you can help on a practical basis simply by tweeting, posting on Facebook, and posting on LinkedIn. That's the simplest thing we can do. And if we all did that once a day, then that would help. Okay. Now, I'm not trying to be a political. Sorry, I'm not trying to be political here. I'm just being humanitarian and saying that the people of Ukraine deserve our support. Okay. And this broadcast is taking place now, and this broadcast, the engineers who are the back office for this broadcast live in Kiev in Ukraine, and they're keeping the system going whilst all around them. I just can't describe what they must be living through at the moment. And what I'm hoping in later broadcasts on this topic is that they will actually join me on camera. And in later shows, anybody who wants to join me on camera is more than welcome to do so, because I think the more that we're able to talk about it, and the more we're able to help by promoting the links for donations, because as I said, 1 million people displaced from a democratic European nation with just carrying just one suitcase. There is a need, a humanitarian need, to help these people, because the number of people fleeing is not going to fall. And over to Brigetti. I cannot imagine, and Brigetti is saying, I cannot imagine just how they're able to keep the system going under these circumstances. My heart goes out to them. I agree totally with your words, Brigetti. I'm going to just sort of change so we can actually highlight them. Okay. And Brigetti is saying, I can't imagine just how they're able to keep the system going under these circumstances. My heart goes out to them. And over to Guy. Just let me close this down. And Guy is saying, share is done. I got a .com, not a .org. Okay. Right. Okay. Might have been my mistyping. Okay. Hopefully it's the same website, the Guy. But this is just the start of actually helping by talking about it and by promoting the places where we can actually do something. Yeah, because when things like this happen, you feel so helpless. As I said, my friend Nick Tad has driven from England through Europe, through Poland, and he's in the Ukraine at the moment, giving aid that he's taken with him. And there are, well, in the UK, there are thousands of organisations doing the same. Our governments are doing the same. Our governments providing practical aid and military support, falling short of. And I think this is the major problem. And over to Brigetti. Right, okay, and I'm just going to make that bigger so I can read it. Just a minute. Okay, I can read it now. To Saphira and Daniel too, because they are in unprecedented, stressful circumstances keeping things together. I agree, Brigetti. Okay, I mean, BeLive has always been a team led by Daniel and Safria, and for keeping that together, kudos. Well, just thanks, and thanks for helping us to actually tell the story. Now, if you are on BeLive, or if you do use BeLive, whichever version of BeLive that you use, then there are overlays that you can use in your broadcast to show your support for Ukraine. And there are 3 overlays, okay? And all of them use the Ukrainian national colours. And basically, if you show this during a broadcast, then you're showing your support and raising awareness. Now, that's what it's all about at the moment. It is about raising awareness of the situation. Okay, and well, if I bring this on screen, because I just want to show something else. Okay, I'm going to hide that. Okay, they're actually keeping us broadcasting, and I did this. I want to take that off to go here and to show. It's going to turn off the overlay. Okay, there are backdrops that you can use, and let's go through them. There are 5 different backdrops you can use in your broadcasts. I'm pretty sure that I should be making use of these in the coming week. I don't think we can be political on Amazon Live though, but I will try my best by having the background. Okay, so those are the backgrounds that we can actually use. The thing is though, is to actually raise awareness. In this day and age, we tend to feel that we've got social media and we've got Sky News and we've got all this information flying around us. But if we can raise awareness that the country is under attack, that cities are being taken, that civilian areas are being bombed, that 1 million people have fled the country and need support. Ukraine needs, okay, I'm going over to Guy, and Guy is saying, these overlays, no, it's a BeLive feature, Guy. It's in BeLive feature. As I say, BeLive's engineering department is actually in Kiev, sorry. Never say Kiev. Kiev is the Russian name for the city. Kyiv, K-Y-I-V, is the Ukrainian name for the city. So please use Kyiv, K-Y-I-V. But these are everything I'm showing you, because BeLive's engineering department is based in Kyiv, in the Ukraine. BeLive wanted a way of actually supporting the people of the Ukraine, and the easiest way to support is by producing the graphics that I've been using throughout this broadcast to actually highlight the situation. And basically, you have a choice within your broadcasts on BeLive to use or not use. Now, this photograph I've got behind me, I got from Unsplash. It is the blue and the yellow. So you can just get the photograph, this photograph from unsplash.com, and use that in your broadcast as a more subtle way of actually supporting Ukraine. But BeLive, the BeLive team have provided us with a series of overlays which we can use in our broadcasts. Okay, and this is a humanitarian situation that we're in a position to help to actually get the word out by broadcasting and telling the stories and telling the facts. And it's a hard fact that 1 million people have fled the Ukraine. That is 1 million people, women and children, have fled the Ukraine. In the Ukraine, men between the ages of 18 and 60 can be conscripted if required. So men are not leaving the country. Families, wives, sons and daughters, 1 million of them have actually left the Ukraine whilst this, I want to say something, but I'm going to hold back here, whilst an unwarranted invasion by Russia into the Ukraine has taken place. And I'm not going to be political, I'm just being humanitarian. And Brigitte is saying, your sound is hollow today. Not heard it like this before. Just a moment. I am practicing. Oh, right, okay. I'll check my sound afterwards. It might be that I'm talking quietly, but I'll check the sound level afterwards. And in fact, I can just go here. Just a minute. I didn't want any technical problems. Just a second. Try again. Testing 1, 2, 3. It's not working properly, is it? Hang on. Testing 1, 2. Oh, my sound's gone entirely. Okay, my sound is having problems. I'm going to go away. I will be back quite regularly on this topic, but for the moment, just a minute. Just a second. Okay, Brigitte, how is my sound now? Could you just confirm that you can hear me? Okay. And the next comment coming in. I believe it's no longer safe to try and leave the Ukraine. They are. Okay, 2 cities are surrounded and being besieged, as far as I know. Just a moment. Just take that off. And just catch up with the comments. And okay, guys saying sounds better. Chris is saying my sound is better. Brigitte is saying my sound is better. And Guy is saying fixed. Okay, you may hear background noises, but you should be able to hear me clearly. Just let me go over here. Right. Okay. Hopefully that should do it. And I've got an auto comment. And Chris is saying this war is highly inhuman, difficult and dangerous. Kudos to the BeLive team. I think we need negotiations to stop the possible start of World War III. I think that this is the problem, the major problem, in that in the ideal world, NATO would be able to enforce a no-fly zone over the whole of the Ukraine so that neither Russian or Ukrainian planes could actually fly. The unfortunate thing is, with a no-fly zone, which would stop the bombing, obviously, with a no-fly zone comes the problem that if the Russians ignore it and a NATO aircraft has to fire on a Russian aircraft, then that is the beginning of a wider war. And okay, and over to Guy. Stand with Ukraine, march on Dundas Street today from Reddit, just now. Okay. Thank you for the update, Guy. I think if we all pull together in this and we all actually sort of do what we can, okay, a short 5 or 10 minute broadcast on your own channels, yeah, if we could get together a network of a loose network of broadcasters to actually tell the story. I mean, we're seeing it obviously from a European perspective and now an American perspective because Guy's here as well, and a South African perspective because Brigitte is here, and a Belgian perspective because Chris is here, and from London with Corinda. I think the more that we can broadcast, and I'll post a link to this image, so that, I mean, this image to me tells the story. This is the Ukrainian flag, okay, and it's the blue at the top and the yellow at the bottom, and we can get the message out. We can spread the word. We can spread this link so that people know where to go, know how they can help, know how they can donate, know how they can promote, publicize on Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook. It's all about the broadcasting community actually getting together and doing what little we can to help. Okay, and help. We're in a unique position. We've got people who come and watch our broadcasts, and if we were to either do a 5-minute broadcast a day or to do a slot within an existing broadcast, then we're helping to actually make a difference. And over to Guy, and Guy saying, stand with Ukraine, march on Dundas Street today, and that's from Reddit just now. And over to Guy again. And guys saying, add a donate button to your help Ukrainian relief efforts when I post on Facebook just now. Okay, right. Okay. Well, I'll have a word, and there is, I mean, there's actually that URL there gives you 10 different ways to donate. Just there's a banner for each of them, and you can donate in your own currency. You can donate to different organizations within Ukraine, either humanitarian or military or tech, as the guys who put this page together are all Ukrainian techies and own Ukrainian software companies. And that's basically just promote that website, drive traffic to that website, drive awareness. It's not, there is just, if I just share again, just let me go off full screen and hide that. Okay, and I'm going to switch that off. And I'm going to share screen again because I stopped sharing screen a moment ago. I'm glad you pointed out about the microphone, Brigetti. I don't know what happened with that. Okay, so I'm going to bring this up on screen. I'm going to go picture in picture. Okay, and I'm going to take the backdrop off if I can. I'm going to shrink myself so you can see more of the most important part of this broadcast. So this is the page that we want to drive people to, and that is the link. Yeah, and you can, as it says on the page, this is the page in its entirety. Let's just go to the top. There's an explanation that on February 24th, 2022, Russia started a massive invasion of Ukraine, a European democracy. And that's the point. It is a democracy of 44 million people. We are members of the Ukrainian tech community who have come together to help our country in time of need. We are fundraising to provide essential supplies to Ukrainian people who fight against Russian aggression on the front line. Please donate. And you've got the opportunity to donate $25, $100, or $1,000, or €1,000, sorry, or an amount. And you can either do that as one-off, or you can do it as a monthly figure. Going further down, you've got the companies who are supporting this, and you have a video showing what's actually happening, and that is from YouTube. There are more ways to donate. You can donate to the army, you can donate to humanitarian assistance, you can send cryptocurrency to civil defense. On the right-hand side, practical things we can do: help Ukrainian refugees abroad. If you're in Poland or one of the countries where Ukrainians are fleeing to, then you can offer accommodation. You can follow this page newsfeed on Instagram, or follow that newsfeed on Instagram to be kept up to date. I'm just going to click that button, come back to the web page. You can follow the Svidomi newsfeed on Instagram. Again, just click the link. You can take part in protests around the globe, and I took part with Angelica. I took part in a vigil in Devices, between 300 and 400 people in a silent vigil for an hour in the center of Devices. That is a spiritual support. And just to finish this off, you can share this page on Facebook, on Twitter, and on LinkedIn, just with a click, and follow Stand With the Ukraine Twitter list. So there are practical things that we can do. As broadcasters, we are able to spread the message, and I shall be using this backdrop on my Amazon live shows this week, together with this logo. Okay, so you'll see me on broadcasting Amazon Live, and hopefully taking the message to thousands of people. Unfortunately, I can't post a link on Amazon Live, but I shall be broadcasting everywhere in the coming weeks, doing my little bit. And I want to say thank you for joining me. We can help. We can help publicize the situation. We can broadcast about the situation. And if the broadcast is just simply your point of view, the facts, and a link to that page, then we are helping. And that's it for now. I'll be back again I'll be back again and again. Okay, I've got this sorted. So again, to the people of the Ukraine, everybody who's taking part in today's broadcast, either by commenting or watching, is in support of a democracy being invaded against their own will. Let's help Ukraine. And this is Stephen in Wiltshire saying goodbye for now.